I'm ridiculously excited. You know what I mean? As a young man, I used to fight, wrestle, became city champion, went to the States, loved it. Back here with other hellified warriors, General Muhammad, football, other brothers, other sports, Haas. All tons of these brothers been in the. So we out here at the Hebrew Academy in Atlanta, Georgia during Passover week. I'm ridiculously excited. You know what I mean? As a young man, I used to fight, wrestle, became city champion, went to the States, loved it. Back here with other hellified warriors, General Muhammad, football, other brothers, other sports, Haas. All tons of these brothers been in all kind of stuff, man. Some been in real wars, and real battles, and real throwdowns. You know what I'm saying? I got Captain Kapash over here. He one of the 8. Somebody ever mentioned the 8 to you? It means this was one of 8 men that fought the whole city, Kentucky. You understand? And say again? Louisville, Kentucky, during the riots with Black Lives Matter. And these brothers warred onto blood. You understand? This is an honorable war. He came through that fight. He won that battle. And then went on to build his camp and went on to build camps in the Caribbean. Dominican Republic. Assisted with Haiti. What other camps?
Puerto Rico.
Now this camps all over. Like these are the kind of men that come up in here. These is not regular niggas, man. Okay? These is brothers that really understand what it means to be faithful to the thing that you stand on. You understand? This is greatness. You're watching greatness before your eyes. You're watching the Lord hand down great work to more and more great brothers. So we at Hebrew Academy. We doing all our thing, but let me run it back down to you from the beginning. Hebrew Academy started by Chief Head Priest Marshall. He started this way back in the 80s. I happened to be, through the grace and mercy of the Lord, in one of those early camps. And so every Sunday, and that's the thing, we used to have to come out every Sunday for the year. So every Sunday, we would come out to the field. And everything you see us doing here, we would do then. And some enhancements. Big shout out to Captain McCard as usual, man. The head instructor for the Hebrew Academy. You understand, under the generals, has advanced the Hebrew Academy and added more to the whole production. So then Marshall would bring us out on Sunday. And we would start with our martial arts. We'd start 6 in the morning every single Sunday. And it was heavy because we'd be out partying Saturday night and all of that. And then, kill that if you can. What? All right, he would start out early Sunday morning and we'd be out partying Saturday night. And we'd come in as young man and had to get up Sunday morning and grind out in Hebrew Academy. And that's how it started. You know what I mean? Of course, at the time it had to develop. So he started it on Saturdays. We started to build it up. We'd get out there, we'd do our martial arts, do our training, our fighting, all of that. And then we would graduate and we would go forward. General Muhammad came in later. Did we have covers in the past? We did, so my bad. We had covers way back in the day, but we had stopped it after certain things went down. But General Muhammad brought the covers back into the game. And then the brothers started wearing the covers again because General Muhammad got us back up and running with it. You know what I mean, with the Hebrew Academy before he passed it on to the head instructor, who's the head instructor now, which is Cap McCod. So that's how the Hebrew Academy started. Marshall knew that men need to be trained. Marshall was very wise to understand that men had to have the things that men need to have to be men. And so he focused on those things as we were learning and growing in the scripture. And the Hebrew Academy was one of those things. And the Hebrew Academy was brutal. Back then, the school was brutal. You know what I mean? We'd throw you down the stairs. If you didn't act right and you was hard-headed, we'd just throw you down the stairs. Don't nobody do that now. You know, man, I witnessed cats get thrown out the window and all that from the 2nd floor, bust their head open, and told them, never come up in here and speak about that again. We was extremely radical and a little ignorant, and it was beautiful. And we was that way because we were just coming off some of the most horrible events that we had. First of all, the Muslims came up and attacked and killed the head of the school before we became the official ISUPK. And so as a result, it let us know that while we have this truth, that we also got to be prepared to protect ourselves and protect our families and to defend ourselves. And that's exactly what we train to do. And it's beautiful and healthy. A lot of brothers discover ailments that they had and get them treated. You know, in the hood, you don't go to the doctor very often because you're trying to survive. You're working hours, all the psychological warfare that Esau pours down on you. And so now, if you come and you start training, you start to find out certain things might be wrong with you. You start to find out some of your shortcomings, and you start to find out some of your best and what you're really good at. And once again, it helps us greatly. Like, we've gotten lazy here, to a certain respect in terms of watching over ourselves. I'm not saying that every man got to train like he's in the woods somewhere, but we have to remember that we live among a man who will pull all our rights if he have the opportunity to. He don't care about that. And that's why, what's the name of the brother who stabbed the Edomite?
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony?
The one in Texas, he stabbed Austin Metcalf.
Right.
Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony. His name is ringing out all over the internet, and for good reason, because black people realize that we are on the verge of attack by these people who have bought into the idea of America's white supremacy and racism. And because of that, black men are training. Black women are training. And they're training not to go harm nobody, but to protect themselves. Because we know certain people are sore winners. They could rule the earth and they'll still hate you. They could be in charge and they'll still do you in. So we understand that. So now brothers want to really protect themselves. If you have a son, it's always said black men like to walk away from their family. Black men don't take care of their kids. But what you don't understand is this society, and you'll never believe what I'm saying, but your psychologists and others will tell you this to be true, that you train black men to not be able to love their children because you can't love your child if you don't have the right to protect your child. So we have to go through life having children and trying to love our children while you take away our rights, give them away to women, take away our rights, give them away to homosexuals, tell us what we can and can't teach our children, stop us from raising up our sons. And so black men give up because you break their spirit. That's why they give up. But you know what? It's a new day. Take a look up on that hill. Take a look at that hill. This is a new day. These are new men. Their hearts have changed for righteousness. They're not criminals. They're not drug dealers. They're not gangsters. They're not terrorists. They're not any of those things. They're simple men seeking to understand the Bible and walk in righteousness. And whatever that takes, they want that. And they're supposed to be allowed to have it. Every man has a right to procreate, protect his family, take care of his family. And these brothers are no different. You just don't like when they do it because you're afraid of them.
And what do you do? Oh, this is our Hebrew Academy. So we the Israelite School of UPK, we're a national-wide organization. We teach blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians that we're the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel according to the Bible, right? So we do a lot of these brothers, we come from the inner city communities, shanty towns, some of us are from Haiti, Dominican Republic, and we come and we just teach them discipline, so we're doing exercises, push-up drills, things like that, little self-defense, just to keep brothers disciplined, keep them out the streets, keep them out of trouble, keep them out of y'all hands.
You're afraid of the great spirit that's inside them and what the Lord might do with them.
My name is Jack Lindner. I'm a reporter for the Marietta Daily Journal.
And what brought you out here?
We heard about the event that's going on here today, so we just wanted to come by and see what was going on. So we're just interested in covering it.
What do you think about it so far?
I'm not at liberty really to give any opinion. So approximately how long are you guys going to be out?
We might be out here for a couple more hours.
A couple more hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think y'all are accomplishing your goal here today?
What do you think?
I'm not sure.
Hey, when was the last time you ever seen an organization do this in this area? Or when was the last time you had to do a story or go and collect information about something in this realm?
You're afraid of that. And I can't help your fear. I can't give you a pill to solve your fear. What you've done before the Lord under the heavens is your crime. and you got to face that crime. Take another look at it. Even in wheelchairs, in any condition, they want this. You don't want them to have it. You want to be the only one feared, the only one everyone's afraid of. You don't want anyone to have their own self-help. You say get off the welfare. You say get off the welfare. You say stop asking for a handout. Well, here they are. They're not asking for a handout. They're not asking for your welfare. They're trying to escape it. That's what Hebrew Academy has always been about. I came to Harlem, man, as a young man at 18, looking for a life, looking to do something, and found this truth. The first sense and spirit that came over me was, I'm gonna be a free, independent, strong black man that's not gonna have to go begging another man. And that's what these brothers want. That's Hebrew Academy. That's what it's always been. That's what it was back in the 80s under the great Marshal of 1 West 125th Street, ISUPK, home of the truth since 1969. That's what it's going to be in the future, man. Brakatha Yahal Ba Shem Yahal Shai.
New York are just incidental. The problem exists because white people think they're better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is the I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
that
want to
white
talk to me
people
about?
think they're better
What's it
than
that I can
others.
do? I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with a man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama. And I can say you because you're part of the whole system. You profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated.
Well,
so you can have him. And here's what I'll say. I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him. Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow. I think the problem is so bad that we can have no understanding at all.
You think it's gotten to the point where there can never be that reconciliation? Then?
No. You talk about justice, and it means one thing to you, and we talk about it and it means something else to us. And it'll always be that way. And I'd like you to know I have a terrible feeling against preachers because I think you guys are the ones who are largely responsible for the problem in the first place. And you can accept it or not any way you choose. And for you, this may be an excursion, you know, across the line.
What about the person that wants to listen? I genuinely feel that I want to listen.
Well, if you listen and try to do something, you get kicked out of your church. See, that's the way your people are.
Well, we can make changes, right? I mean, so the change that have come have been drastic.
God bless you, little brother.
Yes, sir.
Come back and see us again sometime. And don't look back in anger. Thanks for taking it so well. He thought we were going to do in here like they do to us. If we went in one of their places, everybody would have jumped out of their chairs and got some ropes together and hung one of us. We couldn't even go in one of their places like this.
Yeah. Right.
Which is the bigger threat to American democracy and the Constitution? A Vietnamese mother suckling her child, or a white racist governor in Alabama who says, in so many words, to hell with the Constitution and Johnson and everything else? Which is the greater threat to democracy?
This is true, but these people have a kind of self-deception. You know, they believe, they've circulated these myths so long that they've begun to believe them. And once you believe them, as they say, if you define a situation as being real, it will be real in its consequences. And this is just what's happened. They've come to actually believe this. And any evidence to the contrary, he's the exception. But the fact is, all the people who do struggle hard enough to accumulate a down payment, they do want something better for themselves and for their kids, and they hope that their neighbors will be the same kind of people that they are.
A black man fights for the white man, not for himself. He tells you to bleed and you bleed. He said, go bleed in Korea for the white man, and you go bleed because you have to. He tells you to go to Vietnam or Lebanon or Laos, and we have to bleed. Then in Mississippi or Alabama or Omaha, Nebraska, where they're taking our rights and we know who the people are who are taking them, we don't have any blood then.
Martin Luther didn't like the Catholic Church and founded the Lutheran Church. Calvin didn't like the Lutheran Church and founded the Reformed or Calvinist Church. Henry VIII didn't like being denied Catholic marriage and founded the Anglican Church. John Smith disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Baptist Church. William Miller didn't like the Baptist Church and founded the Adventist movement. Ellen G. White really liked what William Miller said and founded the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Charles T. Russell didn't like the Adventist Church and founded Jehovah's Witnesses. Joseph Smith disliked the Methodist Church and founded the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormons. John Wesley disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Methodist Church. Some pastors didn't like the Methodist Church and founded the Pentecostal Church. Many did not like the Pentecostal Church and founded thousands of churches like Stop Suffering, Assemblies of God, Light of the World, etc. The evangelical movement came from the Baptist Church, while the born-again movement came from the evangelical churches. The born-again faith emerged in the late 1930s in the U.S., and it gained popularity in the 1970s and 1980s, its golden age. There are now 35,000 different so-called Christian religions, each claiming their interpretation of the Bible is the right one.
You see the problem?
Martin Luther didn't like the Catholic Church and founded the Lutheran Church. Calvin didn't like the Lutheran Church and founded the Reformed or Calvinist Church. Henry VIII didn't like being denied Catholic marriage and founded the Anglican Church. John Smith disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Baptist Church. William Miller didn't like the Baptist Church and founded the Adventist movement. Ellen G. White really liked what William Miller said and founded the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Charles T. Russell didn't like the Adventist Church and founded Jehovah's Witnesses. Joseph Smith disliked the Methodist Church and founded the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormons. John Wesley disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Methodist Church. Some pastors didn't like the Methodist Church and founded the Pentecostal Church. Many did not like the Pentecostal Church and founded thousands of churches like Stop Suffering, Assemblies of God, Light of the World, etc. The evangelical movement came from the Baptist Church, while the born-again movement came from the evangelical churches. The born-again faith emerged in the late 1930s in the U.S., and it gained popularity in the 1970s and 1980s, its golden age. There are now 35,000 different so-called Christian religions, each claiming their interpretation of the Bible is the right one.
You see the problem?
Martin Luther didn't like the Catholic Church and founded the Lutheran Church. Calvin didn't like the Lutheran Church and founded the Reformed or Calvinist Church. Henry VIII didn't like being denied Catholic marriage and founded the Anglican Church. John Smith disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Baptist Church. William Miller didn't like the Baptist Church and founded the Adventist movement. Ellen G. White really liked what William Miller said and founded the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Charles T. Russell didn't like the Adventist Church and founded Jehovah's Witnesses. Joseph Smith disliked the Methodist Church and founded the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the Mormons. John Wesley disliked the Anglican Church and founded the Methodist Church. Some pastors didn't like the Methodist Church and founded the Pentecostal Church. Many did not like the Pentecostal Church and founded thousands of churches like Stop Suffering, Assemblies of God, Light of the World, etc. The evangelical movement came from the Baptist Church, while the born-again movement came from the evangelical churches. The born-again faith emerged in the late 1930s in the U.S., and it gained popularity in the 1970s and 1980s, its golden age. There are now 35,000 different so-called Christian religions, each claiming their interpretation of the Bible is the right one.
You see the problem?
You understand? The crimes is what makes us enemies. Now, your white skin means nothing to me. Some of my best friends are white as you or whiter, but they are of my people, and they would never commit crimes against my people, whereas your people may not take the same stand. And so it's not about your skin color. It's about what white America has done. And once again, God said, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So y'all got a rough day coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be light on you in slavery. Don't worry.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying? I'll let you ride it. I'll let you run the carriage.
Hey, I think it's a long shot, but okay, I have a question.
Sure.
Go back to Africa. How much responsibility do you blame for the black people that sold the slaves? You have to give them some, like,
absolutely. You are 100% right. African countries that sold us into captivity should go into captivity.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Tell your own people.
That's right. You ain't hear me say anything about Africans joining us. You can't be an African in here. If you come, there you go. Why would I ever be friends with an African? Once again, this ain't about color. This is about crimes. If you are African and did crimes against black people by selling them here, then we can't be friends. You understand? Because look what you've done.
I've never heard him take that.
There you go. Once again, and that's the misconception. They hear me talking loud, and they don't want to, they scared and wonder. Everybody's scared of us. Everybody thinks we just off the top crazy.
Everyone thought we were gonna get a fight.
Yeah, we know when it's time to fight. You know what I'm saying?
We're getting along.
There you go.
It's like, oh, bro, I think you're getting a fight with them. Be careful.
No, we know when it's time to fight. You know what I mean? That there are things that you should fight over, and then there are things that is fighting over is ridiculous. Like, I don't want to fight you over the color of your skin, but I do want to fight you if you commit crimes against me. Just like you should feel the same way about me. And Africans have committed crimes against black people, and we would never let them become a part of us.
Yeah, I've never heard a black guy say that.
Yeah.
Make excuses.
Because most of us are brainwashed.
Like, that was so terrible what they did.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying it's right on them taking them either. Selling
Right.
your own people,
that's a horrible crime. And it wasn't. They were never our people. We were the Jews migrating from Israel into Africa. Those African tribes saw the opportunity of us running from Titus and the Romans and decided we could make money off of them and started selling our people over here. And so, yes, if you're an African, you couldn't be a part of us. Now, that don't let the white man off. He's still got to pay for his crime. There you go. We got to, and it also shows the fact that we also deal with the Latinos and the Native Indians, that this is not about just being black. This is not a color thing. This is a real historical record of a people and of the
even more like Aaron will just break that down, so you can see the other ones below. All right, most high in Christ. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rakatah to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar Atham Bashem Yahshua to the sisters. I'm preaching officer Parakazah out of NoCal, Yonkers, New York. And this is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Uranium School of Practical Knowledge, started off from 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Giuliani. Since 1969, we've been teaching the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They are God's chosen people. They are the Israelites, according to the Bible. Let's clap it up for the Most High in Christ. And once again, since 1969, ISUPK have been teaching our brothers and sisters, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, about brotherhood according to the Bible. Let's clap it up. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? This is part 2 from my class from yesterday. You know what I'm saying? The title of this class is saying, God's people, Israelites, remember the days of old, brotherhood and sisterhood. Brotherhood and sisterhood. Remember the days of old, brotherhood and sisterhood. For blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, it is a good time to remember the days of old. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor said, do not remember the days of old. Only our oppressor, only Donald Trump can remember the days of old. That's the reason why he have a mantra to make America great again. Because he remembered the days of old. He remembered what type of power that his kind was in. How, you know what I'm saying? How it was so great, how great America was looking down on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We can't remember the days of old. We can't remember our history based on this country. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now we see the fruits. We always see the fruits. But we such loyal dogs, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You see what's going on in Chicago, what's going on in LA, what's going, you know what I'm saying? What's going on in DC, all over the world. It's coming to, you know what I'm saying? It's coming to a neighborhood near you. And we are, you know what I'm saying? And we turning a blind eye. We turning a blind goddamn eye. You know what I'm saying? Our people, black people, do you understand the Hispanics? We're indigenous descent is our people. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. We're going to listen to our slave master. He's going to tell us who our people is, huh? You know what I'm saying? We such, you know what I'm saying? African Americans, so-called African Americans, such loyal dogs, priest. Such loyal dogs. Go ahead, priest.
Salakia, what you bringing out is so heavy. If I could piggyback on remembering.
Oh, yes.
If I could just get a scripture about Busha, I'm just gonna read it. I'm just gonna read it out loud. Okay. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 16. It says, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that big shaped kingdoms? In the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna be telling our children that this oppressor, these Edomites were once ruling over us. Now kids gonna look at us narrowly like, are you serious? And we're gonna tell them how much of a monster, how much of an oppressor he was. You understand? Towards Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians. And not only that, how he also destroyed the other nations. So what this saying that in the kingdom we're going to remember. We're going to remember. If we're going to remember in the kingdom, when we are in power, Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, why is it that we cannot remember now that we in captivity, or what happened to us in the past?
Oh no, which is dropping so heavy in you in the spirit. In you in the spirit. That, you know what I'm saying? Because that scripture that you just pulled is so heavy. Because that was prophecy right there.
Right.
It will happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Isaiah is who? An Israelite.
Right.
He knows the history. He's reading, you know what I'm saying? He's prophesying about his kind. He prophesying about his enemies. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get to the point that we won't phantom like it's impossible that Israelites was on crack.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't even think about, you know what I'm saying? Because right now we're looking outside of Whitney Young. Right. We're looking on Warburton and School Street and Slow Bombs and Morris Street. You know what I'm saying? We stepping over our drunk uncle, a drugged out aunt, smelling pissy elevators. Our children in the kingdom would never believe that. Never believe that. Because you gotta realize it would be written down in what? In the Israelite history book. Right. Not everybody's history book. Not the Chinese history book. Not the Chinese constitution. No, it would be written in the 12 tribes of Israel constitution. That's what it's gonna be. And our children would never, they were like, nah, it's impossible. It's impossible. But you know the reason why, but they say impossible because they're like, you know what I mean? They have to say it, but they know that it is true. Because it's coming from what? Who's coming from? God's chosen people. And the reason why they believe it, because they remember the days of old. They remember the days of old. Baba Gashar, go to Jeremiah chapter chapter 50, verse 1. Let me get Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 1. For blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. To let us, you know what I'm saying? To let us know what exactly was going on. Matter of fact, let me see if that's the one that I want. Providence 9, let's declare the nation and the public all right. Matter of fact, go down to verse 5. Yeah, just go down to verse 5. Let me see here. Start from verse 4. Bible show. 4. Come on. That's okay. That's okay. There you go. Oh no, you just gotta share it. It's right there. It's down. You just gotta add it. See? Yeah, you just gotta add it. There you go. It's all right. It's all right. You sure you wasn't off for 2 weeks? What's side Christ? Let's rock and roll.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
In those days.
In what?
In those days.
Read on.
In that time.
Go on.
Saith the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
The children of Israel shall come. They and the children of Judah together.
Go on.
Going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their God.
Oh man. So it says right here in Jeremiah chapter 50, verse, you know what I'm saying? Chapter 50, verse 4. In those days, this is our brother Jeremiah prophesying about, you know what I'm saying, about the a rebellion and stiff-necked people. You know what I mean? Don't want to listen to the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? Following behind these fake leaders. You know what I mean? Want to speak to the our fake leaders want to speak smooth words, not Jeremiah. He said in those days, guess what is those days right now? This is a good day. You see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? You see what's going on with the African Americans? You see what's going on with the Haitians? You see what's going on right now? You know who's on the, you know who's the, you know what I'm saying? You know who's the #1 immigrant group in this moment in time that's being built up with propaganda? Venezuela. Oh, Venezuela. Oh, they coming for Venezuela right now because Venezuela have a certain natural resource in their country. You know Venezuela got oil in their country, right? Mm. You know Getty's gas station? That's Venezuela. Mm. Getty's gas station is Venezuelan oil. And remember when America always wanted to coup against Venezuela. That dude Chavez, he nationalized the oil so the poor man can have a little bit of that money, that oil money. America hated it. Remember, Chavez called George Bush Jr. the devil, what the Bible speaks of. Remember that time? Wow. Yeah, he said in the front of the world, George Bush is the devil, what the Bible speaks of. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And look what they did to him. After that, now Venezuela, everybody running amok. Venezuela, you gotta realize, that's a tropical country. You try to say they cannot throw seeds on the ground and can't grow? They can't feed themselves? They have natural resources? This is what happens. And you say, in those days, and in the time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together. This Bible only speaking about, you know what I'm saying, the 12 tribes of Israel. It's not talking about nobody else. Ask the Christian, is this scripture done away with? Is this done away with? This Bible always talking about, you know what I'm saying, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to come together. That's what it's talking about. It's always talking about the brotherhood underneath, you know what I'm saying, our power. The Most High, you know what I'm saying? The Most High. Our brother, you know what I'm saying, Jeremiah came on the scene talking about the brotherhood. Talking about the brotherhood. Because the kingdom is split. It ain't even supposed to be the kingdom is split. It's just supposed to be the kingdom. You say, in the children of Judah, southern kingdom, and the children of Judah together, going, look, check it out, going and weeping. You got the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Guatemalans, you know what I'm saying? The Ecuadorians, the Haitians, the Dominicans, the North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, the Cubans. We going away crying. We going away crying together. Together. You see in Chicago, ain't they getting oppressed together? Remember when they said, oh man, these immigrants is taking money out the black community? Did the money get into the black community yet? Because they've been taking immigrants and deporting them by the thousands. Did we get the money yet? Huh? Is the project built up? What's going on? Is the gangbangers in Chicago is happy now? Where's the money at? Right, that's what we was crying for, because we sound like a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? We sound like all oppressive talking points. You know what I'm saying? We speak like our oppressor. You know what I mean? We have the Stockholm syndrome. You know what I mean? What our oppressor said, we say, we mock massa. Oh, we have an immigrant problem, massa? You know that song with Eddie Murphy said to Donald Trump, right? Eddie Murphy said, "Massa, do we have an immigrant problem?" Black people say, "Yo, Massa, do we got an immigrant problem, Massa? Can our, you know what I'm saying? Can our ICE agents come over, Massa? Our ICE agents." This is what we doing now. I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess, you know what I'm saying? Tammy from upstairs signed off from ICE so they could come and kick in people's doors, huh? And put handcuffs on naked babies. Weeping together, they shall go and seek the Lord, you know what I'm saying? The Most High, their power. That's what we have to do. It's a great time to weep. We're supposed to be weeping when we go back to the Most High God and beg for forgiveness. It's a great time to remember the days of old. Read verse 5.
I'm going to come verse 5. They shall ask the way to Zion.
Say that again.
They shall ask the way to Zion.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We should, you know what I'm saying? We should ask the ways of Zion. You know what I'm saying? From the Most High God. so we can remember the days of old, so we can remember who we are, so we can remember that MS-13 is not supposed to fight against Latin kings. Bloods ain't supposed to be fighting against Crips. We ain't even supposed to be gangbanging and selling drugs or making, you know what I'm saying, being whoremongers. They shall ask the ways of Zion, read on,
with their faces thitherward,
go on,
saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord.
Say that again.
And let us join ourselves to the Lord.
Come and let us join ourselves to our power, our Most High power. That's what we're doing. This is all about Zion. This is all about the 12 tribes of Israel. It's not about nobody else. This is our history book, our constitution. The things that we went left and the things that we should go right. And that's what Jeremiah, our brother, is teaching us. Read on.
And a perpetual covenant.
Say that again.
And a perpetual covenant.
Oh, Bob Gashar, look at the definition word of perpetual covenant. Look at that. That's the cut to your Christians. Saying that anybody, no, this is a perpetual. It's always going to be like this. That's how the Most High set up. That's what Jeremiah says.
Perpetual. Never ending or changing.
Wait, say that again.
Never ending or changing.
You know, the Most High always going to be blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian God. Say that again.
Never ending or changing.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever the Most High God says, He going to do. Say that again.
Never ending.
You know what I'm saying? The Most High God set the Israelites above all people upon the face of the earth. Say that again.
Never ending or changing.
Only the Israelites have starvation. Say that again.
Never ending or changing.
You know what I'm saying? This Bible was only written to the 12 tribes of Israel who are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American with Negro indigenous descent. Say that again.
Never ending or changing.
Never ending or changing covenant. You can stop that. Never ending or changing covenant. Read on.
That shall not be forgotten.
Say, yeah, wait. Say that again.
That shall not be forgotten.
Yeah, wait. Say that again, please.
That shall not be forgotten.
Remember the days of old. Never forget this. A perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. Oh man. You know what, priest? Somebody told us to forget that covenant.
Right.
Now, somebody said that this is done away with. This perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. That's talking, you know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? That's speaking from, you know what I'm saying, a man of God, a prophet. This is done away with. Donald Trump, Joe Biden, George Washington said this is done away with, priests. My Christian church, my local Christian church said this is done away with.
Right.
Now, a spiritual, somebody who's not an Israelite, they become a spiritual Israelite, and now they're part of the perpetual covenant that they shall not forget. Is that pertain to them now? Do this scripture pertain to them now? Yahweh Shah Mashiach, entering called Jesus Christ, he read that. Right. He knew about that. You know what I mean? That perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. He came on the scene to remind us about that covenant. That we went off. We started thinking like the Romans and the Greeks. We started thinking like America. Make America great again. We start thinking like the Spaniard man to say, hey, don't, you know what I'm saying, date somebody who's white so you can improve the race. You know that's what Hispanic says, right? Oh. Date somebody who's lighter so you can improve the race. You know that's what they do. Right. That's what they say. They don't want nobody to look like their grandfather. They want somebody to look like Donald Trump. And that would improve the race. It was this joke, right? This is a joke. And this is how propaganda, this is what they tell our people. You know what I'm saying? A Dominican mother. You know what I'm saying? Single mother, right? Single mother. She just moved from, you know what I'm saying? She just moved from Santo Domingo to the United States, right? To the Bronx. And she told her son to not play with no black man. I mean, no black kids. You're not allowed to play with it. You know what I'm saying? They are lazy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to socialize with that group because it's such a negative thing. I want to socialize with your own kind. This is what she says. Don't mess with, you know what I mean? Don't, you know what I mean? Don't play with African American little boys and girls. See that? This is what she's teaching them because this is what America taught her. Right. So one day, you know what I mean? She's in a window and she's looking out the window and she sees her son playing in the park. You know what I mean? Playing in the park. And she, you know what I mean, playing in the park with the other kids, and she got mad and frustrated, and she called her son in the house. So her son came to the, you know what I mean? His son came upstairs, and she was, you know what I mean, and she was angry at her son. This Dominican woman was angry at her son because she saw her son playing in the park with an African American boy. She said, "Did I tell you to not play with the African American boy?" And he was confused. He said, I wasn't playing with an African American boy. I was playing with a Dominican. Oh. You see how much of that we are a destroyed nation of people? And this is in real time. This is what happened. Improve the race. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Actually, our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters, as a Puerto Rican, as a Dominican, as a Mexican, a Guatemalan, don't date nobody darker. Don't bring home nobody darker. This is what happens. Bob Gashar, read on verse 5 again.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 5. Mm-hmm. They shall ask the way to Zion.
Go on. Go on, yeah, with
their faces thitherward, mm-hmm. saying, "Come, and let us join ourselves to the Lord."
Let us join ourselves to the Lord. Ourselves is the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? The southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. That becoming one stick, one olive tree again. No more breaking off. We're going to become one olive tree again. Like the Most High told us what we're supposed to be. Read on.
And a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten.
An everlasting agreement. Everlasting agreement. That shall not be, you know, that shall not, it shall mean never be forgotten. That's what it means. So we try to say that we can, so we supposed to forget about what our slave master did to us. Israelites, God's chosen people. Remember the days of old. Read verse 6.
Come on, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep.
Say that again.
My people have been lost sheep.
Black people talking about we need to get rid of these Mexicans out of here because they taking all the jobs. Say that again.
My people have been lost sheep.
Oh man, we got, you know what I'm saying? We got Cubans that talking about, you know what I'm saying? Let's vote for Donald Trump. Say that again.
My people have been lost sheep.
Oh, we got African Americans. African American gangbangers talking about you know what I'm saying? These gang, you know what I'm saying? These immigrant gangbangers is selling more drugs than me. Say that again.
My people have been lost sheep.
You know what I'm saying? Our people was lost sheep. You know what I'm saying? Because sheep, you gotta realize, you gotta always protect the sheep from what? From the wolves.
Right.
Come on. Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians, we're going to believe the people who put us in slavery, who conquered, you know what I'm saying, who conquered Venezuela, who conquered Mexico. They're the reason why Mexican is speaking Spanish now. We're going to believe those people about a people that have been destroyed with us. My people, he said, my people possess it. Jeremiah people have been lost sheep. Read on.
Their shepherds have caused them to go astray.
Say that again.
Their shepherds have caused them to go astray.
Oh man, TD Jakes want to make money. You know what I'm saying? God loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? If a black, you know what I'm saying, a black pastor saying that means he laying the sheep, you know what I'm saying? He laying the sheep astray. Because it's not in the Bible. It's not in our Constitution. He don't even know who he is. He's never going to teach you about brotherhood and sisterhood according to the Bible. He never did it. Who taught him the Bible? His slave master did. The shepherd's supposed to protect the sheep. When the last time the Christian church, you know what I'm saying, ever protect, you know, the black Christians ever protect the sheep according to the truth? Truth about the Bible. Read on.
They have turned them away.
Say that again.
They have turned them away.
It doesn't matter about Jesus' color. It doesn't matter about Jesus, you know what I mean? Oh, it's not about skin tone. If it's not about skin tone, why your slave master change, you know what I'm saying, the greatest man on, you know, on earth, change him from black to white? It wasn't about that. Why did they say, you know what I'm saying, if they believed in the Bible, why did they put us in slavery? And said, it doesn't matter, we all going to go to the, you know what I'm saying, we all going to go to the pie in the sky. I am equal to you in heaven, but on earth, I'm better than you. This is what a slave master says right here. And in the future, I'm going to want to bring out, because, oh man, priest, I got this book that have preachers that's preaching, preaching their during slavery, what they were saying during slavery in church time. Oh man, oh man, I'm gonna send you a couple of those, man. You were gonna enjoy. You're gonna be like, this is impossible. Oh, you should hear what they were saying. It was brutal. Every.
When you mean brutal, you talking about in a Christian mindset or?
No, this is on a plantation. Christianity, going to church, and you know what I'm saying. We have to, you know what I'm saying. We have to.
Oh, servants obey your masters.
Oh no, it was deeper than that. That just No, it was way deeper than that. It was way deeper than that, man. Oh man, you gotta hear the propaganda. Oh man, they did it so well. You know, white people, they are organized lie. White people are organized lie. They know how to do propaganda. Oh, they know how to do it. They know how to do it. Matter of fact, let me see here. See, I could get that book. Take this book right here. All right, because you got it right here in my notes. Let's see here. Let me see. I give you the author. You know what I mean? I get the people the author. Matter of fact, I give them the author tomorrow. I give them the author tomorrow for the I'll post it up. Let me see here. Let's see here where you at. And it's I never I came across this information. It was crazy. Let's see where you at. Where you at. Oh, here we go, right here. But Salaki, I know that we got what's the name? Let me see here. Oh, it called the book called Religion's Instructions for the Negro. Religion's Instructions for the Negro. Oh man, that's a hardcore right there. This is what white Christianity was teaching the slaves on Sunday, so they could justify what they're doing to us. You can read, matter of fact, read that little briefing right there that's on the top. That little briefing.
The religious instructions of the Negro most commonly refers to the 1842 book, The Religious Instructions of the Negroes in the United States by Presbyterian minister and slave owner Charles Colcott Jones. The book was written to encourage slaveholders to teach enslaved people Christianity, but did so with paternalistic and controlling goal of making them more obedient and morally restrained within an institution of slavery rather than freeing them.
Oh, yeah. Because they had to, you remember, they had to justify it to themselves first. To, you know what I'm saying, to say, it's God's will that I gotta violate your little baby. And I'm going to read it right here in the scriptures. I'm telling you, our oppressor is diabolical. And guess what? This is when Stockholm syndromes start flourishing.
Right.
Because now, in 2025, God loves everybody. They were saying God loves everybody, but at this moment in time, you have to be in this position. You have to be in this place. But once we go to God, we're all going to be equal. This is what they say. God wants everybody in the kingdom. Everybody. And in the same breath, they out there violating your little daughters and son. It doesn't matter the age. They just crumbs. This is what our brother Jeremiah was saying. This is what the black Christian got there. You know what I'm saying? This is how they was taught. And now they're on automatic pilot. Based on the history of this country, why we want to be loyal to these type of people? For what? For what? There's no reason for blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians to be loyal to, you know what I'm saying, America. For what? Right. We don't have to like, you know what I'm saying, get a rebellion. We don't got to do that. So we just not messing with you. You understand what I'm saying? Right. We're just not messing with you. We deal with you with a little business. It's all good. But morality, I'm not dealing with you, man. I know how you get down. It's never supposed to be about integration. Never. It's supposed to be for justice and equality. So I can choose or not choose to be with my oppressor. You see how that is? That's justice and equality. It's not about no damn integration, because integration didn't work. Right. It's justice and equality. That's what it's supposed to be. Remember about separate but equal? Remember George Washington, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise made the rules up. They made the rules up. We didn't make no goddamn rules. Whatever they said, we have to follow. They made up separate but equal. We say, okay, separate but equal. All right, no doubt. They made up Jim Crow. Oh, well, okay, Jim Crow. You see what I'm getting at, Priest? Okay. You have, you know what I'm saying? They so-called free the slaves. Okay, you free the slave. Where are we going to go? Nowhere. We can't. Sharecropper. Yo, you know what? You got to still be on this land, and you got to pay me rent now. And I'm going to put you in a goddamn shack. While rats and, you know what I'm saying, while rats is eating you up. People don't know that history. You got to realize the sharecropper was still living on his slave master's land. You think, and you know, and now that sharecropper, you know what they say sharecropper, which mean like they have a, you know what I'm saying, they're getting some of the profits of the crops. They ain't getting a goddamn thing because they got to pay them rent. And loans. I need a loan for my former slave master so I could, you know what I'm saying, so I could put our house on to this house that I'm renting from you on your land. What, we supposed to forget about that now? We're supposed to forget about that now? Bible shall read that from the top.
God. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. Mm-hmm. My people have been lost sheep. Mm-hmm. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray.
You know what I'm saying? Don't know where to go. Right? You know what I'm saying? Just blind, you know what I'm saying? Just the blind leaving the blind and be falling into a goddamn ditch. Going this way. You know what I mean? Going this way to sell drugs. Going that way to take drugs. Going this way to say, I'm going to vote for president. Going this way and say, I'm going to be a part of the LGBTQ community. Run it straight. A couple of verses up and say, we're supposed to remember forever the covenant between the 12 tribes of Israel and the Most High, our power. That's the reminder right there. You know?
Put on God. They have turned them away on the mountains.
They have turned, you know what I'm saying? They have, Those, you know what I'm saying? Those shepherds supposed to be over us, supposed to teach us, supposed to counsel us. To remind us to have empathy for the, you know what I'm saying, for the so-called Mexicans. Have empathy for right now for the Venezuelans. They're going to be the creme of the creme now. The creme of the creme. You're going to hear so much stuff coming out of Venezuela. You're going to hear so much, you know what I'm saying, so much propaganda and say that Venezuela is a bunch of unalivers. They're going to be the #1 immigrant group. It's Venezuelan style. This is what Joe Biden, and you're going to, guess what? And you're going to have other Venezuelans say yes. You believe this? The same way that, you know what I'm saying, you had people who was born in America say it's okay for ICE to kick down, you know what I'm saying, Mexicans' doors.
Right.
Mexicans for Donald Trump.
That's right. I've seen it.
Hmm?
I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're not real Mexican. You understand what I'm saying, priest? You got, go ahead.
You know, when I first moved into the Bronx that very night, I was on a train and these Mexican brothers, it was a family. They came on a train with a Make America Great Again hat. Donald Trump hats.
You priest, you know why they're doing it? So they don't get kidnapped.
Right.
They're doing it out of fear.
Right.
You're doing it out of fear. Yes, master. Yes, master.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I understand that. That's fear, man. I would be Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, red, white, and blue out. You see what I'm saying? So I don't get snatched up. I don't want to get snatched up. Guess who's getting snatched up? Everybody. African Americans is getting snatched up. Native American Indians is getting snatched up. You look like a Mexican. Puerto Rican is not America. Puerto Rican is not America no more. What year did that happen? Remember what Donald Trump did to Puerto Rico? Remember? He was throwing paper towels at him. Remember the days of old. Remember that? Right. Remember the days of old. Puerto Rico don't want to remember that part. This is what happens. We don't.
Come on, God. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
Say that again.
They have forgotten their resting place.
They have forgotten their resting place. Priest, think about that. They have forgotten, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have forgotten their resting place. You know where their resting place was at? Brotherhood. Do they got any resting place in Chicago right now? Who got their resting place? What about LA? Any resting place in LA? Any resting place in Yonkers? Any resting place, you know what I'm saying? You know, Ashburton. Where the hell is the resting place at? And also in Yonkers, brothers, stop taping our brothers and sisters who's strung out on goddamn drugs and you making fun of them. Stop doing that. You can tape them, make fun of them, but you don't want to help them. This is how disgusting that this cell phone is. You know what I'm saying? I can understand you use it to help your people, but why you want to take somebody suffering and make a joke out of it? Everybody pulling out a goddamn phone. and say, you know what I mean, pull out a phone and see somebody strung out on drugs. Look at this drug addict right here on the floor. Why you gotta tape it?
Right.
No brotherhood, no sisterhood. But they won't want that done to their mother. We won't want that done to our father. We don't want our homeboys that, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, we got the drugs from the person who's taping.
Right.
We just like Donald Trump and Joe Biden in America. Business as usual. So this right here, it said our resting place. It says right here, they have forgotten their resting place. Everybody think the kingdom of heaven is America. Nobody don't want America to burn. Nobody. Because they think America is the kingdom of heaven. You understand that? No Christian church says, I want, you know what I'm saying? I want Yahweh Shah, Mashiach, and record Jesus Christ to come back. Because they know that when he come back, we're going to have him, please. He's going to destroy everything.
That's right.
He's going to destroy America. America's not going to be here. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump got to go back to his own land. The Chinese got to go back to their own land. The Arabs got to go back to their own land. Everybody, you know what I mean? Quote unquote, this melting pot got to go back to their own land. The 12 tribes of Israel, guess what? They got to go back to their own land. The Palestinians got to go back to what? Their own land. The Jewish man got to go back to what? His own land. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk, that's where he got to go back. To his own land.
Right.
He's a so-called South African. No, you got to go back to your own land. You got to go back to Norway. This is what happens. This is not our resting place, Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. It was never our resting place. Because when the last time did we had any rest in this place? Never did, huh? Forced rest. A fast. A vain rest. This is what happened. Salakia, priest, you could drop that. Let's go. As a matter of fact, let's go to, if I'm not mistaken, go to 1 John chapter 15, verse 13, real quick.
Comment. 1 John 15, 13.
Yeah. I hope I got that correct. Because for Blacks and Hispanics. No, Salakia. Yeah.
John 15.
Yeah, there's no John 15, right? Oh yeah, John. First John 15, right?
Yeah.
All right.
What was the verse?
Yeah, 13. I think it's 15 and 13. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is it right here. Start from start from 12.
First John chapter 15, John chapter 15, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved you.
Matter of fact, start from 11.
Verse 11. These things I have spoken unto you, that my joy might be made in you, and that your joy might be full. Verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved you.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this.
This is Yahweh Shah Mashiach, in record Jesus Christ talking to The 12 tribes of Israel. I mean, talking to his people, mainly talking to the 12 apostles. This is what he's talking about. He's teaching about love. You know what I'm saying? This is the moment where we can love one another, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Just opt out. Yo, priest, you saw all this protest is going on, right? All this protest is going on or whatever. That's going to happen. Everybody going to stop protesting so they can celebrate Halloween.
Right.
I bet that would happen. Nobody won't protest Halloween. People would do Halloween. Right. And guess what? It's going to be more unaliving than it was last year because there's no moral compass in Halloween. This is America's standard. Right. This is America whole holiday. It's no greater love, have no man than this. Read on.
Come on, God. That a man laid down his life for his friend.
Say that again.
That a man laid down his life for his friend.
Read on.
Verse 14. Ye are my friends.
Say that again.
Ye are my friends.
No, what Christ said to his brothers?
Ye are my friends.
What Christ said to his sisters?
Ye are my friends.
What Christ said to his nation of people, Yahshua?
Ye are my friends.
Ye are my friends. No, you're saying that greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend. Ye are my friends. Read on.
If ye do whatsoever I command you.
Oh man, are you willing to do that? That's love right there.
Right.
According to our brother, our king, Yahweh Mashiach, that's having brotherhood class and sisterhood class. That's a friend right there. When did America become our friend? It was always a foe. When did the Mexicans became the African Americans' foe? We never stopped Mexicans from voting. We never stopped Mexicans for getting jobs. So how did the Mexicans become our enemy? How did the Puerto Ricans become our enemy? How did the Dominicans become the Puerto Ricans' enemy? Where did that come from? Right. Why do Mexicans hate Guatemala so much? When did the Guatemalans, you know what I'm saying? Where that come from? Why do the Dominicans don't like the Haitians? Where did that come from? From where? Says it right here. No greater love, no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friend. Verse 14. Ye are my friends. You are my friends. If ye read on Slakia.
Come. If ye do whatsoever I command you.
If you do whatever I command you. Listen to your king. The words that's coming out of my mouth, are they wrong? Hell, goddamn no. Not wrong at all.
Right.
This is a great time to remember the days of old. Robert Shaw, go to Matthew chapter 25, verse 31.
Come on, fine.
Let's go to Matthew 25, verse 31. You know what I'm saying? Let's read about Yahweh Mashiach, and we call it Jesus Christ. Let's read about his brotherhood, his sisterhood, his friendship. You know what I'm saying? Laying down his life for his friends. if you do whatever I tell you to do,
Right.
you will get the kingdom. Read that.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
Say that again.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
Who's the Son of Man? Yahushua Mashiach in the court Jesus Christ. When the Son of, when he come in his glory, his light, you know what I'm saying? The present, you know what I'm saying? That swagger. Read on.
And all the holy angels.
All the what?
And all the holy angels with him.
All that with God. So you know what I'm saying? Those separate angels. His army.
200 million.
200 million, that's right. 200 million angels will come in his glory. Read on.
Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Then he shall sit upon the throne of his glory. With his 200 million angels, his army. Read on.
Oh God. Verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations.
Say that again. Donald Trump don't want this to happen. You know, Joe Biden don't want this to happen. Spiritual Israelites don't want this to happen, please.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Abraham Lincoln don't want this to happen. Now, the great reminder of the covenant is happening. Oh, who was that covenant was given to? Oh, we read on.
And he shall separate them one from another.
Oh, man, wait, say that again?
And he shall separate them one from another.
He shall separate them one from another. Oh, yes. There's gonna be some. I thought God wanted everybody to come together.
Right.
He just said Christ. You know what I mean? Because that's what they call Jesus Christ now is the Most High God. But Christ gonna separate people. I thought he want, you know what I'm saying, want everybody to come together in this melting pot.
Right. Right.
So why are some separations going on right now? You know what I'm saying? When he's coming down in his glory, sitting on the throne of his father, David. Read on.
God. Salakia. And he shall separate them one from another as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goat.
As his, oh man. Now you got the goats. Now you got the sheep. Remember, Yashala is the sheep. But some of our people want to act like goats.
Right.
You see, some you know what I mean? Some of our people, T.G. Jakes want to be a goat. Creflo Dollar want to be a goat. But now, when you know what I'm saying, when the Messiah comes down, although mega churches don't look mega right now, right? Read on.
God. Verse 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand.
Say that again.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand.
Oh, what did Jeremiah? What did Jeremiah say? Oh, we. You know what I'm saying? These shepherds made my sheep go astray. Now the king have to come down. Jeremiah did his job. He did a right job. But our people were such hard-headed and stiff-necked. Now the king got to come down. Now the king got to come down. Now the king got to remind the sheep that's on the right hand. to remember that covenant, that everlasting covenant. So he set the sheep on his right hand. Read on.
But the goats on the left.
Say that again.
But the goats on the left.
Oh, but those goats going to be on the left side. That's what happens. Right there, right, the priest in the purple ISUPK came on the streets and was teaching you about the Lord's statute commandment to tell you to stop selling drugs, to come together, opt out from, you know what I mean? Just stop doing what America wants you to do. I ain't talking about being lawless in America. I'm talking about stop following American philosophy and start acting like God's chosen people. Read on.
Verse 34, and we'll call. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand.
Or on his right hand, the Lord sheep of Yasha Allah, the Lord sheep of the tribe of Israel. On his right hand, read on.
Come, ye blessed of my Father.
Oh, now I'm going to show you where's your resting place at. Remember, he's saying this is not your resting place. Now I'm going to teach you where your resting place at. Where you could have a safe place. Where you could have your brotherhood and sisterhood at. Read on.
Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Oh, read that again, Babu Shah.
Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
This is what he's telling the sheep on the right side. Who is, when the Bible's talking about the sheep, what nation are he's talking about? He's talking about Israel. This is in the New Testament. What color is these words, Baba Kashan?
Red.
So that means that Yahweh Mashiach, even called Jesus Christ, this is what he's saying. He's saying this. He's saying this right here. He's telling that we are the sheep. We on the right hand, and the kingdom is being prepared for us.
Right.
The kingdom. No more our Mexican sisters selling mango slices on, you know what I'm saying, on the highway.
Right.
Sister, you don't gotta do that anymore. You don't have to do that anymore, sis. Brothers, you know what I'm saying? Working 18 hours a day, 20 hours a goddamn day. What? You didn't see your family how long? Every time we get home, we just fall asleep. Then we got to get up and do it again.
Right. Right.
No more in the kingdom. Now you get to relax.
Right.
And play on the grass with your goddamn family.
Right.
And be a father to your children. Or if you're not married, you and your homeboys chilling on the grass and y'all chopping up, listening to some good goddamn music. Otis ready. The shot lights.
That's right.
You know what I mean? With some, you know what I'm saying? With some good wine. Why not? We chilling. That's the kingdom.
Right.
Why somebody else doing the work? Why somebody else doing the work? It's being prepared for you. From the founding, it said right here. The inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. From, you know what I'm saying? The foundation means, you know what I'm saying? The foundation is what I'm looking for. When the structure, where everything's going to be built upon us. Since the beginning, it was going to be like that.
Right.
Since the beginning, it was going to be like that. That's what the Most High God said also. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, Yahushua Mashiach is echoing what the Most High God said to Moses when he said in I think Deuteronomy, give or take, I think it was 15 or chapter 15, chapter 19, said, choose life. Choose life. Choose life. That's the life right there.
Right.
Because it was already done from the foundation. Read on.
Come on, God. Verse 35.
Let's read about that brotherhood.
For I was hungry, and he gave me meat.
Say that again.
For I was hungry, and he gave me meat.
Oh no, I'm gonna make fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make fun of my brother who strung out on drugs and make a video out of him. Say that again.
For I was hungry, and he gave me meat.
Oh hey man, yo, I'm gonna buy you a bag of chips if you just do this little dance. You believe this shit? Like you know what I mean? Like they like you know what I mean? Just unadulterated Americanism that we learned from our slave master. This is what Yahushua said. He said, for I was hungry, and ye gave me meat. You know, guess who he talking to? He talking to the sheep that's on his right hand. Remember, this is what, you know what I mean? They already doing the work. They in the spirit. They're not celebrating the birthday. They're not celebrating Christmas. They celebrate the memorial blowing of the trumpets. We are celebrating the Day of Atonement. We're doing God's laws. We're showing brotherhood. We're checking ourselves to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, that we are a friend to another Black and Hispanic and Native American. When they're hungry, you know what I mean? We gave you food. We don't.
I was thirsty, and he gave me drink.
Say that again.
I was thirsty, and he gave me drink.
Say that once again.
I was thirsty, and he gave me drink.
This brother is thirsty, but I'm going to take out my phone and make fun of him. Yo, can I get a dollar so I can buy me a water? Nah, man, get a job. Look down. He don't got no goddamn shoes on his feet. He's thirsty. Yahushua is thirsty. Our king is thirsty. And you sheep. You know what I'm saying? You Yasha'Allah, God's chosen people. You remember the days of old in Deuteronomy and say, feed the poor. You see that? They're remembering. When you know what I'm saying? When our people was hungry and we fed our people. Our people was thirsty. It's a mandatory. In American Constitution, it's not mandatory to, you know what I'm saying? It's not mandatory obligation to feed the poor. It's not there. It's not there at all. You know that? You know that, Bruce? It's not there. It's not in the American Constitution that said people have the right to eat food and must have food. If they don't have food, you better give them food. It's supposed to, you ain't even supposed to say it. It's supposed to be already there for them to get it. And you ain't supposed to be jumping through no goddamn hoops about it. Well, yo, only way that you can serve food, you got to be a 501c3. You understand what I'm saying, Breeze?
Right.
It's supposed to be in the Constitution. Read on.
Come on, God. I was a stranger, and he took me in.
Say that again.
I was a stranger, and he took me in.
Yo, man. I'm from, you know what I'm saying? I'm from 61 Ravine. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking through Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking through Yonkers, and I came across Whitney Young. And somebody, you know what I'm saying, look outside and saw, you know what I mean, saw me that Oh, this brother's a stranger on this side. Let me see if he's okay, if he needs some food or anything like that. Let me check and see if he's thirsty. You see what I'm getting at, priest? That's it right there. I was a stranger in your town, and I said, yo, what set you are, homie? Why you wearing those colors, homie? Look at that. You ain't from my sect. You ain't from my hood. What? Huh? It says it right here. I was a stranger, and you took me into your house.
Right.
You took me in. You didn't say what neighborhood you from. No.
Right.
What set you claiming? Huh? Why didn't I saying that to ICE right now?
Right.
ICE is just running up on your set.
Right.
This is the best time to remember the days of old, and it will be brotherhood and sisterhood. Read on.
Verse 36. Naked, and he clothed me.
Say that again.
Naked, and he clothed me.
We see outside. We see outside, you know what I'm saying? We see outside in the square, the Getty Square in Yonkers.
Right.
You see our brothers and sisters laid out. Ain't got no clothes on themselves.
Right.
Their pants is falling down. No shoes on their feet. You try to say just because they strung out on drugs, they supposed to be naked? Because they have a mental disease, they supposed to be cold? They're supposed to be making fun of? We're supposed to be laughing at their nakedness? Laughing at their nakedness? Why don't you know what I'm saying? Why don't her just put clothes on that sister or brother? Put some clothes on you, man. Hold up, I got a couple of dollars. Let me run in the store real quick so you get some clothes on yourself, man. We can't do this. This is what our king saying. Everybody believing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody believing Yahweh Shah Mashiach, even called Jesus Christ. Everybody believe in him and said, naked, and ye clothed me. Read on.
I was sick, and he visited me.
Say that again.
I was sick, and he visited me.
I was sick, and ye visited me. My back hurting, and you supporting me. You know what I mean? My neck, I don't feel good. I feel sick. And there's a brother and sister there that the Lord said, help that brother out. You will be that brother's back. You will be that brother's legs that he cannot walk.
Right.
You would do that. You would be that mouthpiece for, you know what I mean? Aaron, you would be your brother's mouthpiece because he got a stomach problem.
Right.
You will help that brother out because he can't move around like that. So you're going to be his legs. You're going to be his back. You're going, you know what I mean? You're going to be everything what that brother is jammed up on. Because I was sick and ye visit me. That's what that's in the law right there. That's in the law. But that's in our Constitution, but that's not in American Constitution. You know that, right, Prince?
Come on.
They're not supposed to take care of you. They don't have to. If they did, it'd be universal health care. So that means that, you know what I'm saying, if you need a heart transplant, you don't have to think about you paying thousands and thousands of dollars. You just go and get the heart transplant because that's the kindness of the country. The country is making trillions and billions and spending trillions and billions to invade other countries. They could bring that money over here. You can give this person a heart transplant for free. They try to say, make America great again. America is great. Remember, America is a capitalism system, which means that they can capitalize on any goddamn thing, which is disgusting. Which is disgusting. You can have capitalism, but with a moral compass. It could be done. For America, what you know, they want to capitalize on sending people to jail. You know?
I was in prison and he came unto me.
I was in prison and ye came unto me. I was jammed up in the system. And we have the prison program. Now all these documentaries talking about prison life, prison this, prison that. Prison is a business. How is drugs getting to the prisoners? From the guards. From the guards. The people who are supposed to keep drugs out, they bring the drugs in. Right. That's how corrupt America is. America is such a corrupt country, but they have to capitalize on it, right? They have to make, they got to make money. Read on, please.
Come on, verse 37. Then shall the righteous answer him.
Then what?
Then shall the righteous answer him.
Then from, you know what I mean, the sheep, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, who's following the Lord's statute, who's following, you know what I mean, who remember the days of old. Those sheep's right there. And they're gonna answer the king. Read on.
Saying, Lord, when saw we thee in hungry, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink?
It's like I was reading it. It say, then shall the righteous answer him. The him is Yahushua Mashiach, saying, Lord, when saw we thee in hunger? When did we feed? When did we feed you in hunger? And fed thee? It's a question.
Right.
Or thirst. When you was thirsty. When did we give you drinks? When this happened? Because I saw your glory. When you wasn't here, I didn't do it to you. I didn't see you. You know what I mean? You wasn't there in my face like, Lord, let me give you your drink. Lord, you don't have no clothes on. You know what I mean? Let me go in the back closet. You know what I'm saying? And get some clothes that don't fit me no more and give you some clothes. I don't remember that day because damn sure I remember that day.
Right.
I don't remember that. It would have been obvious. This is the day that you know what I'm saying? I helped out your house. You know, we be bragging all day about that. So this is what you know what I'm saying, the sheep that was on the right hand saying. When we're hungry and fed thee, or thirst and gave you drink. Read on. They asking this question. When does this happen? I don't remember us doing this to you. Read on.
Verse 38. When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee?
I don't remember when you were a stranger and I took you in. I would definitely remember that. Lord, my King, Messiah, I would definitely remember that. I remember I did it for Puerto Rican Lou. I remember that. I remember, you know what I'm saying? I remember my brother was jammed up with his back. You know what I'm saying? I helped him, you know what I'm saying? I helped him out for 6 months and everything like because he couldn't move around and nothing like that. Took him, you know what I'm saying? Took him to his doctor's appointment. I remember that. To make sure he got his medication. Make sure, you know what I'm saying? Make sure my brother, you know what I'm saying? Those voices wasn't playing in the head, you know, and being there for him. I remember that. I remember that for my brother. I don't remember doing it to you. When you know what I'm saying? Read them.
Verse 39. Or when shall we be sick or in prison and came unto thee?
I don't remember that. I remember I did it for these my other brothers and sisters when they was jammed up, when they was sick, when they was in prison. I don't remember, King. I was doing it for you. I'm just confused about this, King. I'm confused about this. You know?
So like, if I may, bring it out so heavy, you know what I'm saying? ISUPK, we got food drives, we got clothes drives, we got prison programs, you know what I'm saying? We doing what Yahushua commanded us. You know what I'm saying? These are helping our brothers and sisters in a time of need, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do this work free, like it's nothing. We don't think twice about it, you know what I'm saying? But us doing this work, you understand? We doing this work. This is us feeding Yahushua. This is us clothing Yahushua.
Oh man, yeah, you going yeah.
This is us visiting Yahushua, you know what I'm saying, when he's in prison. You know what I'm saying? We are doing this. Why? Because this is brotherhood and sisterhood, man. You know what I'm saying? This is laying up treasures in heaven. On the flip side of that, we're not thinking about that, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we love, here in the ISUPK of the Commander General Yohanan, we love our brothers and sisters so much. This is just every day. This is getting up in the morning. This is like our job. And this is helping our brothers and sisters. Salafi.
Oh, no, you're dropping it so heavy. Even, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what? You're definitely in the spirit on that right there. Yeah, you're definitely in the spirit. The way that I'm breaking it down, I was just doing a build-up. Right. I'm doing the build-up. I'm doing the build-up. Yeah. I'm doing the build-up right there. But it's all good. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Because you are 100% right. You know what I mean? You are 100% right. Read on.
Verse 39 again. Or when shall we be sick or in prison and came unto thee?
That's right, because we got the prison program. You know what I mean? We did a mission to the Kuna. I remember that.
Right.
Right. I remember that. I remember, you know what I'm saying? I remember people was fighting against us, and we still made a route so we can help out our people. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no food. They was living underneath a bridge, Yahushua.
Right.
I remember helping, you know what I'm saying, the Levites out, Yahushua. But I don't remember doing it for you.
Right.
I don't remember doing it for you. I remember helping out the Mexicans, Yahushua. I mean, the Israelites, Yahushua. In all due respect, sir. But I don't remember doing it. You know, I remember your teachings, yes. But you know what I mean? But you being there, I don't remember that. You know?
Come on, Khan. This is verse 40. And the king shall enter and say unto them.
So now, you know what I mean? So they're going through, so now the sheep, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying? God's chosen people. Remember the days of old. And they was, you know what I'm saying? And Yahushua, our king, when he came down and he separated the nations. And he put the sheep on the right side, and he put the goats on the left side. And Yahweh said, yo, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you put clothes on me.
Right.
When I was sick, you know what I mean? You helped me. When I was a stranger, you welcomed me in. When I was in prison, you visit me. That's what he said. And we said, like, oh, I don't remember doing that to you, Lord. I would definitely remember that.
Right.
Now, this is the response of what our King, Yahweh Mashiach, and we call Jesus Christ. This is what he said to, you know what I'm saying, the 12 tribes of Israel. That was doing, you know what I mean? That was just being a good brother, being a good sister, following the, you know what I'm saying, following the Lord's statute commandments. Remember the days of old. Remember what the Most High God have promised us in the things that we're supposed to do. Read on.
Verily I say unto you,
truly I say unto you,
inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren.
So in as much as ye, as you know what I'm saying, the sheep that's on my right hand, have done it unto one of the least. You close, I saw you close that brother. Who was strung out on drugs, and you put clothes on him. And you didn't make fun of him. You didn't take out your cell phone a minute. Joke. I see that you went out, you know what I'm saying, in Camden, New Jersey, and fed the people out there. I see that you protecting the nation. I see that, you know what I mean? I saw that you know what I mean, that the hotel is not yours. And you know what I'm saying? You surrounded the hotel to make sure nobody in the hotel won't get robbed. Right. Nobody in the hotel won't get harmed. And that's not your hotel. But you made sure everybody that was in the hotel was protected. Right. Men, women, and children, elderly and young. Nobody wasn't roaming around and looking for some victim, praying around. And if somebody, you know what I mean? And guess what? Guess what, priest? And we didn't truly think about that. We stopped from, you know what I'm saying, from the people who pray on the week. We stopped them because they saw us. They knew, oh, no, I can't do it now. I couldn't get no easy lick. You see what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, oh, no, this is security. They could have just knocked on the door. Oh, this is security. You know what I'm saying? We want to know this and that. And they would have broken into some woman's, you know, you see what I'm getting at? Right. Oh, no. They saw, you know, the priest and prophet of ISUPK marching up and down those hallways, and they stayed in bed, underneath the bed, or in the closet scared, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, the priest and the prophet of God is outside. Right. And they don't dare to walk outside, try to victimize them. That's what ISUPK did. This is what Yahweh Shah said. Really, I said unto you, and as much as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, read on.
Ye have done it unto me.
Say that again.
Ye have done it unto me.
The least. Least. Why do we want to make fun of somebody who's strung out on drugs? Why do we want to make fun of somebody who's homeless? Why do we want to make fun of somebody walking up and down the street talking to themselves? Yo, man, you want some food, man? Need a couple dollars? Ooh. 50 Cent is not gonna break you. Yo, it's cold outside. Yo, come over here. I got a quote for you, man. You know what? I got a hoodie on. I got a hoodie on and jacket. Yo, take my hoodie. I'll wear my jacket. It's cold out here, man. We're gonna do this in the Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying? The least brother, the least sister. You did it unto me. And with that, you know what I'm saying? I gotta chop this off short because I see that we over the time. You know what I mean? Lord willing, that, oh, go ahead.
But you're bringing all this so heavy. And also, where Yahweh Shai is teaching us, you know what I'm saying? Other than you giving your brother these substances, feeding him, clothing him, visiting him while he's sick or in prison, on the flip note, you better be careful how you treat your brother and sister, man. Mm-hmm. Treat your brother and sister with mercy and compassion and kindness. You understand? You cursing out your brother, insulting your brother or sister, you robbing and stealing from your brother or sister, you prostituting your brother and sister, you unaliving your brother and sister. You understand? You taking advantage sexually of your brothers and sister children. You're doing it until Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai takes this pain.
That's right.
He's taking all this pain. You understand? Treat your brother and sister with kindness. And also, what more, you understand, on how this affects the other nations, ICE. You understand? You got ICE throwing down our Hispanic sisters. Mm-hmm. You understand? Treating our brothers and sisters like we're monsters, separating our children.
You know those Christians. Those Christians.
Yahweh Shai feels this. You understand? You do anything to Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indian, other nation-wise, and also in our nation, amongst our brothers and sisters. You do anything to Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians, Christ feels that. He feels it all and he sees it all. Salakia.
Yeah, that's right.
And guess what? And you're going to be judged by that. Whether you do by right by a Black, Hispanic, or Native North American Indian, or whether you do right. You know what I'm saying? Whether we brothers or sisters, or whether it's a nation coming against us, you will get dealt with.
Right. You dropping it, so you know what I'm saying? You definitely dropping a hard body one west. I ain't say that in a minute. Hard body one west, and you're right. You goddamn right, and that's what's going on, and that's the you know what I'm saying. That's go back to my title. Shall go to the main screen. Let me read that title again. God's people, Israelites, remember the days of old. That's the reason why we got to remember the days of old. Right. But you know what I'm saying? What our power told us how to bring the nation back together so we can rule. So we got a brotherhood.
Right.
Christ is remembering these deeds. That's how he know how to separate the goats and the sheeps. And with that, I'm Precinct Officer PART2 out of NoCal, Yonkers, New York. And this is the ISUPK, the Israelite School and University School Practical Knowledge. Started off at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Honor. And since 1969, we've been teaching the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians to remember the days of old. To remember, which is brotherhood and sisterhood. Do not mock a brother. Do not mock a sister. For us to come together, because right now, it's an opportunity that we could show the world who we are. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer of 1,000 Sha'al.
Clap it up for the class. Gotta be careful with this right here. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew ma'ashua, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, which be the Feast of Hanukkah, which will be in the month of December. Any ISUPK functions or holy day or feast days, make sure you go to the back of your bulletin board for further detail, or go to isupk.com, which is our website. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start with all black, blue shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, men of Israel, Amadia, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amadia, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakadam, Yajamata, which means hands down. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amadia, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alakdan Ba'ashem Yahushua, Yajamata, which means hands down. Class dismissed.
Slagi, what is this play outro? I can't cut the class without.
Yeah, click that